All right, good afternoon. Jimmy G here from the Rose City Rockers. We are in the kitchen of the house. Why? Well, let me explain. See this guy right here? This is my prized Les Paul. It's an AXL Les Paul. Forgive me for the lack of lighting, but just kind of is what it is. Once again, we always explain we're musicians, not video producers, so not the greatest video quality, but is what it is. Anyway, the reason for the video today is I love playing this thing. This thing I got in a pawn shop up in Belleville for about 125 bucks, and the guy even threw in a canvas case. Antique white. AXL is the builder. Small little company out of California. They lasted maybe for a couple of years and went out of business. There's a few kicking around, but I just love this one, especially this antique white finish. It's just cool, just really cool. Plus with the kind of antique brass hardware on it, makes it look really cool as well. Antique brass tuning pegs, right? And I kind of give away why I'm doing this video, but maybe you caught it, maybe you didn't. On the back, nice and worn in. As you can see, a bunch of gouges, and it just looks cool, right? And it sounds really cool as well. Sounds great, and for 125 bucks, how can you go wrong? Love playing this thing live. It just rips through my phase amplifier. The problem is that a couple weeks ago, it took a little dump off the guitar stand, and this is what happened. The headstock cracked. And as you can see, she's cracked, right? So today's video is all on how to repair a headstock that's been cracked. Everybody immediately was, oh, take it into your guitar, tech and blah, 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 which love those guys, but I'm a do-it-yourselfer, and if you want to learn how to do anything, somebody's already solved the problem, made a video of it on YouTube, and that's what I've been doing the last few days, watching YouTube videos and figuring out how people are fixing a situation like this. So what I'm going to do is kind of get cracking here. Here's what we've got. From what I found out, Titebond Ultimate Wood Glue. I want the strongest wood glue I could get. So that's why I bought this stuff. The next thing is since I work on my own guitars, I've got a little neck pillow, I like to call it. And then the final piece, well, actually two final pieces of the puzzle is got some clamps, good old Amazon. Sent me some clamps. And the final piece is I still had a syringe left over from when I got my little kitten Adora, who was sick when I got her. So the Humane Society gave me this syringe with some medicine and stuff like that, and I had to use one of these, and I had obviously got 3 or 4. But the last one I didn't have to use. It's nice and clean, and I'm going to take the glue, because here's the problem. It got cracked, but there's not a lot of give there to get glue into the crack. And I've got to get glue all inside here so it seals properly, because just doing it on the outside, it's probably not going to hold under the tension of the string. The other piece is that when it snapped, as you can see, this snapped with it. So I've got to glue this in as well. It's kind of a twofold process. I've got to get this guy inside, and for it to fit and sit back in, making sure that there's glue here, there's glue within the neck itself, and then I'm going to use the clamps to solidify it. So first things first, let's open this up. I did watch one video. This Titebond wood glue is waterproof. I watched one guy's video where he actually watered the glue down so it would be a little more liquid to get inside here. And that's one of the things that I'm a little hesitant about, because I'm hoping with this I can get enough glue inside here that it's going to do its job. So follow along. Once again, I'm not a video producer. I'm just a guy that makes videos and rocks in the Rose City Rockers. So I'm going to try and make this as best as possible so you guys can see what's going on. Let me just readjust this camera and we'll get to it. Let's go down here. There we go. Okay. And while I'm doing this, I'm trying to be healthy, so I'm boiling some eggs at the same time. So, killing two birds with one stone here, so to speak. Let's get those going. All right, so first things first, once again, I am going to figure out how to get the glue in here. Obviously I have to bend it, but I don't want to bend it too much because I don't want it to break even more. I'm almost thinking that doing it this way was going to let the glue kind of seep down into the neck even more. The truss rod is still in there. Just going to take the tension off the strings. I was going to take the strings right off, but I'm just going to loosen these guys up so there's no tension on the neck, rather than taking them all off and then having to restring it. I'm just going to get the glue in there. We're going to clamp it. We're going to let it set for 48 hours and then put tension back on the strings and see if it holds. Okay, so let's do this. Bring that up here, that way you can see the headstock. And always like to remind the peeps out there, if you're watching this, please subscribe to our channel. Me and the boys, Joe Riehm and Mike Muscat, bass player or drummer and bass player for the Rose City Rockers, we're in the midst of recording our new album. And we're kind of taking it slow. We're doing it song by song kind of thing. We've tracked 4 songs for the new album. We're starting there. We've got the bed tracks already recorded. You can see, if you go through our video list, day 1 and day 2 of recording drums, where you can see our drum recording process in the studio. The second thing is that we recorded a video of Mike recording the bass, and to date that's been our biggest viewership so far. Really proud of that one. We had over 6,500 views during that live stream, and so we decided, yeah, we're going to do as many live streams as possible. Our whole process of doing that is not to say, hey, we know what we're doing. I mean, being in a band is just trial and error. I got a feeling that every musician will tell you that. You just go out there and do what is in your heart, and hopefully other people dig what you're doing. And the reason why we're making all these videos is, once again, I mean, we don't claim to be experts on anything. As you can see, I mean, this is my first time repairing a headstock. I don't know what I'm doing. I just watched other people do it on YouTube, and then now I'm kind of showing you guys my process, and hopefully if somebody has the same situation, you can pick up on one of these, you know, something that I'm doing, and hopefully that will help you out. So that's the whole reason why we're doing these videos, and hopefully they're entertaining as at the same time. So yeah, I'm able to get glue in here. I'm a little worried about this side because this side is not coming apart as much as I'd like. And it's almost a two-man operation now that I'm doing this. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see or not, but I'm using my leg to brace the guitar, bending the neck or the headstock forward so that the crack opens up so I can get as much glue in here as possible. Now the other thing I'm a little bit concerned about is that I'm putting glue where the actual truss rod is. I mean, the truss rod is pretty much set where it feels good, and the neck is really happy with the truss rod tension. So hopefully that's not going to be an issue. The other part of the puzzle that I totally forgot to get is a cloth. So we're going to get a cloth real quick here. I'm also going to get something to set the guitar on an angle. What can I use? I'll be right back. All right, well, I'm not finding much to use to angle the guitar. Might be one of these type of ideas. Okay. I really think in this process that there's no real such thing as too much glue. I don't think that's actually possible. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit a little bit. I'm going to flip it. Let's get that. There we go. Okay. here. Again, not quite as easy in a one-man operation. If you're going to do this, it would be nice to have a helper, but you can do it by yourself. Okay, so my first thing is that I got the glue, hopefully as much as possible, to get into the crack, get inside that neck. Just going to do a little cleanup here first. And then my other piece is going to be this guy here. This guy right here, I got to fit back in as well. So again, so glue. And I'm really hoping that this repair works. I mean, like I said, I love this guitar. It was like basically almost free. I mean, nothing better than getting just a great guitar for 125 bucks, and it just sounds great. The one thing that I am planning to do is, now that I'm having to do this anyway, is to maybe upgrade to some Eric Steckel Candy Seymour Duncan pickups. If you haven't heard of Eric Steckel, or you haven't checked him out, maybe you have heard of him but you haven't checked him out, please do. Guy's got just amazing tone. He's a fantastic smoking player, and I do know that I mean, he plays through Mezza Barba amps out of Italy, I believe. If I've learned anything about playing guitar, it really comes down to the amp. Pickups do play an important factor of how the strings translate to the amp, but a high quality amplifier makes all the difference in the world. Case in point, since this guy was down, I picked up a Stagg Les Paul. Staggs are made in Europe, and again, got it pretty cheap. I think I got it for 225 bucks. Had the Zebra humbucker pickups in it, which means kind of like they're two single coils put together. One's black, one's white, and it just, I play through a phase amplifier built by Randy Fay here in Windsor, and everybody, a lot of people swear by him. He makes just incredible amplifiers. Well, I took this Stagg, and it sounded okay. I mean, I'm playing a bar gig. And you know how bar gigs, you know, you got to keep the volume down because the owners complain and blah, 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 blah. But by the third set, and we're into the last couple songs, and I was like, you know what? Everybody's partying. Everybody's having a great time. I'm just going to crank this sucker up. And I gave her some gas on the amp, and my God, the whole, that guitar just came alive. And it just sounded incredible. Okay, enough of me yakking about other stuff, non-guitar related, because here's what happened. Yeah. So I got the piece back in. We're going to get the clamps out. clamp this guy. I'm going to clean it up first. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me pull this out so you guys can see what's going on here. Okay, there we go. Once again, I'm a guitar player, not a film producer, so there's where we're at right now. Not the best fix, but I got a feeling that once we get it clamped down that it will settle in a little bit more back into the grooves that when it broke were created in these broken pieces. And, you know, we'll let it sit for 48 hours and hopefully it works. Let me put this back here. Okay, so we're going to clean up the glue. Next up, good old Amazon. I bought these clamps for maybe, I think it was about 20 bucks. Got 4 of them. And I've seen some videos out there of guys doing these repairs and they don't use anything to put between the clamp and the actual guitar, which makes no sense to me because, I mean, if you're clamping something, you don't want to leave clamp indents or anything like that in the actual wood of the guitar and destroy the finish. I mean, I don't know how much worse it can get from this point, but I'm also starting to think that maybe I should have taken these tuning keys off. I don't know. Anyway, what I'm going to use is some very thick cardboard to protect the finish of the guitar and what's left of it. Let's see these guys. Holy smokes. Now these are pretty heavy duty. So the first part I'm going to clamp is here. I'm really hoping this is going to work. I'm going on the center of the neck, clamping the center of the neck, right? I've got 4 clamps, so I'm going to put 3 here. Oh, there we go. That made that little piece just settle right in. And I'm hoping so I'm actually going to cut a piece to get in between the tuning keys. Hopefully this works. Either that or I'm going to have to just take them right off, which I should have done anyway. Something for the people watching at home. Don't be afraid to just dive in and figure stuff out, man. So many people just go, oh, I need to fix this, or this is broken, or what shall I do? And they either toss things out or put it aside and never really dig into it. The thing I've learned along my life is if anything ever happens to something of mine, I don't wait for anybody. I don't, you know, unless I really truly can't figure it out or it's too difficult of a job that I'm like, yeah, better leave this to the experts. I will go on YouTube, just like you guys are watching right now, and watch somebody else do it and then go in there and figure it out. Look at that. Yes. Maybe. No, maybe. My clamp is pretty much where I need it to be. Well, that's it. That's it. A guitar guy to fix this is would probably charge me twice as much as what I actually paid for the guitar. He'll probably charge me about $250 to fix this. I just did it in about 10 minutes. Again, just, you know, using common sense, watching videos like you're watching right now, watching somebody else do it, and there you go. So the next part of the equation and solution is I'm going to let this sit for 48 hours, and then we'll cross our fingers, we'll put some tension on the strings and see if it holds. Worst case scenario, if it doesn't, then basically it's going to crack again, and then I'm just going to have to start all over, and we'll figure out a better solution, or, you know, bite the bullet and take it to somebody else that hopefully can do it better. But I haven't seen any other videos on repairing cracked headstocks that do anything more than what I just did here. So if you like this video, hopefully this helps anybody out there that might be in the same situation as I am. Nothing worse than one of your favorite guitars getting injured, you know, getting wounded in the battlefield, and you know, you want to fix it. You don't want to just say, well, screw it, I'm just going to hang it up on a wall. So please, you know, if you like this video, definitely subscribe to our channel. We're the Rose City Rockers. I'm Jimmy G, the guitar player for the Rose City Rockers. We're three OGs that are just making some music, loving the blues rock. That's what we're all about. And definitely follow our channel, click that notification bell, because we're doing a lot of live streams. You'll see us recording in the studio, how we cut drum tracks, how we cut bass tracks, how we cut guitar tracks, how we cut vocals, how we set up mixing templates, how we mix the songs. So yeah, man, definitely watch our videos. I mean, hopefully it's going to give you some insight on how you too can do your own thing, and definitely leave comments. You know, if you guys have questions, if you have comments, we'd love to hear from you guys, and we'd love to have you guys, you know, become part of the Rocker Army. All right, so Jimmy G for the Rose City Rockers, I'm out. We'll be back in a day or two to take this apart and test it and see if it works. All right, have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.